In this video, we're going to be doing another FBA roadmap student interview with my guy Cornelius, who's in college and making about $3 grand a month flipping stuff with Amazon online arbitrage. So, May 29th, the price of the FBA roadmap is going up by 50 bucks, as well as we're adding a bunch of new content. So if you're interested in 12 plus hours of content, weekly Zoom calls, a bunch of exclusive software discounts, access to myself and Warner, and a whole lot more, check out the link in the description before the price goes up on Monday. Let's get right into the video.
What's up, Cornelius? Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Miles. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you and I, we've been talking for like a year or so at this point, but kind of just take it back before, you're really doing good stuff with Amazon now. I think you have one of the best foundations of anyone I know to just skyrocket across like the next 2-3 months for a variety of factors, basically. But what kind of made you interested in Amazon? I know you're a pretty young guy as well, so you kind of want to walk through a little bit of your background?
Yeah, definitely. So in 2018, right, when I was in college, I was just thinking like, damn, do I really want to do this shit? I mean, I can't just drop out of college. So I started making beats on the side. And actually, like my first online stream of income, I sold a beat for $50 to someone. And from there, that's kind of when I realized that like making money online and stuff was possible. It's not all bullshit, not all gurus. And from there, that kind of led me into 2019. I was just making beats. Wasn't really making a ton of money, maybe like a sale here and there. Nothing like what I do on Amazon now, thanks to y'all. And what happened was in 2020, I decided to quit the beat business, started option trading, lost like literally a shit ton of money. Lost about, I think it was like 5 or 6 racks trying to option trade. And from there, that's when I was kind of in a rut because I didn't want to trade options just because I didn't want to lose money. I was going through some girl problems too. I was like, oh, man, you know what? This is the perfect motivation for gym and make money online. So what I did is I went on a YouTube video. It was completely not Amazon related. It was actually like a more drop shipping related content creator. I'm not going to shout him out just because this is your channel, Yeah. So I watched that video and I was like, shit, Amazon FBA, buy low, sell high. How could this possibly go wrong?
Simple, yeah.
And from there, I downloaded the app, and that's back when FBA requirements were a lot less rigorous as well. So I just downloaded the app, went to Walmart, bought like 50 million scooters, and I didn't even plug in FBA fees.
Oh,
and
no.
literally, like I had to return them all the next day. So that's how my first Amazon experience went.
And then obviously now you're doing some pretty good stuff, basically. But like, where did we go from the retail arbitrage to the scooters, which obviously didn't work? Like, what are you doing now? What types of products? Prep center, VAs? What's the situation like right now?
Yeah, definitely. So where that kind of led me is I was actually like one of the first members of the roadmap back all the way in February. I still have the pre-order receipt. And kind of like what I was doing around then is I was literally just going off of lead lists and buying what I find on the lead lists and throwing it up. And I mean, like, obviously it's a bit more competitive than that now. But I mean, even now you could still like look at an item on a lead list, throw that bitch up on Amazon and literally make a sale off of it.
Yeah, like, because what's nice is like with reselling, it's so low risk, especially with like FBM and stuff, dude. And all that, like you can just test like 1 or 2 of things basically. And what I love about your story, it's so similar to mine, is you were just trying stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just purely trying stuff. And I think a lot of people watching this video are in a similar spot. And the nice thing is if you keep going long enough, you're going to find one that hits and everything. But yeah, so you got the roadmap. You're doing some lead list stuff. And then now what does the current operation look like?
So the current operation right now, I'm doing all FBM right now. It's kind of a pain in the ass sometimes, but it's a good pain in the ass.
Yeah, for the cash, like the extra cash flow you get from it, the speed of replenishing, everything like that. The key though is how are you going and identifying items that you think you can get the buy box FBM on?
Okay, so the main reason, or not reason, but the main way I do that is I just go to the Keepa buy box variations, and I literally just look for if there's any competition that's FBM that's getting the buy box at the price that I want to get the buy box. And then from there, I kind of just look at the buy box, see, okay, do my thing. And even if, let's say, for example, there's literally nobody on the Keepa offers tab that's on the buy box, well, I might look at it, say like, hey, if I can drop the price $3 and still like, get a coupon or something that not everyone else could find, then maybe I'll just drop the item $3 while everybody thinking that I'm not making any money, I'm actually making more money than them. So that's like a little bit of sauce there you can do if there's nobody else taking the buy box for FBM, but everyone's on it FBA. But typically what you would do is you would literally, like I just said, just look for people that are FBM on the buy box and just kind of copy off them.
Sure. And that's what the beauty of this stuff is, that all the answers are out there, right? It's like putting together a little bit of like a puzzle, right? And that, people are doing reverse sourcing with SellerAmp. They're Googling products, they're seeing it's carried on this big website and this big website and this big website. The problem is they can't bridge that item to profitability yet because they don't know about coupons or they don't know about finding stuff on sales. And that's where a lot of the money is, basically. And in my opinion, the best way to figure that stuff out is by working together with other Amazon sellers, basically. And you're someone since day one that's done a really good job at it. I've always tried to do a really good job of building that foundation relationship. So you kind of want to talk about like, how you did that and everything. And, we got a good group chat on text that we talked to some of our guys.
Actually, just popped off a call with a bunch of Amazon sellers, actually.
Exactly. And that is like so much more advantageous for you, basically. But talk about the community side of things and how that's impacted you, and like, whether there was a strategy involved or you were just kind of like chalking as many people as you could, which is like what I've done the past couple of years.
So yeah, it's essentially like OA, go wide and not deep when you're first starting out. Literally just talk to everybody. Like I was literally watching an interview that somebody did with Warner. I was watching another interview that somebody did with Miles as well. And the main thing that they had in common is they were just talking to Amazon sellers. I remember like Stefan, shout out your boy Stefan. He was literally talking to a bunch of different Amazon sellers and his sales literally exploded. And like as I'm talking to more Amazon sellers as well, that not only the higher caliber ones, but the ones that are also kind of newbie as well, that are just starting out, that eventually will be crushing it in 6 months. As you're just kind of talking to everybody in general, you will eventually find the people not only that you click with as far as sharing leads, but just the people that you can establish friendships and stuff with. And people that literally come to your wedding. So
yeah, well, I know we're not anywhere close to that based off what you said earlier. I completely agree, bro. If you can find people that you can laugh with about this stuff, that you can get on Zoom with, it's just going to make it a lot more fun, and that's going to lead you to doing it more, which is going to make it more profitable, basically. So if we could go back 6 months, go back a year, what are you doing differently to accelerate faster?
So one thing I'm doing differently is definitely talking to a lot more people, and kind of just taking a bunch of shit that I'm learning as I go. Because one thing about OA is that if you're really disorganized, it's going to be a shit show for you. And the reason for that is because there's just so much opportunity with OA that if you're focusing on too many different things at once, I mean, even like with wholesale, if you're focusing on wholesale, private label, OA, all at once, it's going to be really tough to actually like narrow down on one small niche that you might be really good at, that you might not know that you're really good at, and then just crushing that niche. So like, for example, there's literally like 100 different lead sources I can name off the top of my head right now, but it just doesn't make sense for me to go after all of them. I mean, some might not provide as much cash flow, but you could spend like $100,000 with those opportunities. Some opportunities you might be able to spend like maybe 1 to 3 bands at a time, but you can literally recoup your money instantly. So it's kind of just being organized and meticulous with your process and how you do things, and kind of picking and choosing what works for you.
Sure. And through a lot of exploration, you're going to find and learn and start seeing the patterns, which are going to lead you to make more money over the long term with a lot less work.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically on that, which makes it, a lot more lucrative and such. And I assume, like, what do you think you'll profit this month?
I'd say about like maybe 3 to 3.5K.
Yeah, and that's with a good baseline, right? Because you can totally keep building off that. And dude, like, you're in college, right?
I'm taking a break right now.
Cool. Okay, I've seen that before, and you'll be making 10 grand a month, Rob. Like, back to school is gonna be crazy for you this year, and I think like back to school, like especially for those of you guys watching, like it's like the coming out party basically for a lot of Amazon sellers.
It's
Basically,
such a movie.
yeah, exactly. You think you can clean like 5K profit next month, 6K profit?
Most likely.
Yeah, cool. And that's the thing. It's like it grows exponentially in that like there's very few things you can do where you can double your monthly profit month over month like that, right? There's, very few jobs you can do it in. Luckily, obviously everything's on you with this stuff, but the upside, you also own it and everything, which is great.
And it's flexible too. Because like there's literally people with full-time jobs that do it, people with part-time jobs that do it, people from like all different backgrounds and stuff.
Sure, absolutely. So it's a lot of fun and everything, and I'm sure you can really do some good stuff. And then I know you've been messing around with some wholesale stuff. That'll be a thing that'll be really good for you down the line as well. And where can people find you on social media?
So there we go. My IG at KingFrate Train FBA. Twitter at KingFrate Train, and then KingFrate Train FBA on YouTube as well. I'm gonna start pumping out a lot more shorts here and long form content as well.
Cool. Yeah, bro, definitely. Especially as your sales grow, it's gonna be great storytelling to look back on the future, and it'll be a lot of fun. So people open, slide in the DMs. They want to get on Zoom, chat about Amazon stuff, everything like that.
Yeah, bro, I'm open.
All right, cool, man. Well, I'm glad to know you, and I'm excited to see you keep growing these next couple months. Thanks for coming on, man.
Oh yeah, bro.
Sweet. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys in the next one.